Have you ever really wanted to die from a mob in Minecraft, but you just thought, there's just so many to choose from and I don't know which one to choose? Well, do I have the video for you. Today, I have ranked every way to die from a mob in Minecraft. Did anyone ask for this video? No one wants this. But I did it anyway. Okay. I had to tempt him a few times to actually kill me, so I'm gonna give this like a 2 out of 10, not a good start. Okay, I'll admit, with more bees, it's actually a lot more enjoyable than just the one. They kind of get bored of you really fast. So with more bees, it kind of feels more like, you know, a group activity, and I actually really enjoyed that. I'll give that a thorough like 9 out of 10. I don't know how I feel about this one specifically because it felt a little bit, I don't know, kind of degrading being spat at. I don't know, that doesn't really align with my morals that much. Like a 5 out of 10, maybe a 4 out of 10. It was a good experience. I like this one. This was very quick. I did have to help out a little bit, had to get a little bit close and personal. But I like this one actually, you know, solid. It was quick, easy. I'll give this one a solid 7 out of 10. Oh, okay. Actually, that was proper nice, that was. I kind of flew for a little bit, you know, like twice actually. I flew twice up. That was actually quite unique. I haven't, no one's ever killed me that way before. I like that a lot. I'm gonna give it, I think, 8.5. That was really good actually, that was really good. Ooh. I really liked the fact that you couldn't watch it or it wouldn't kill you. Like, cool. Okay, we're getting some atmosphere up in here. Okay, I'm liking that. I like the design. I think the eyes are cool. Tall, dark, and handsome. I'll give that a 9 out of 10 actually. Ooh, you see, I actually really like that. That was really good. It was quick. It was efficient. I honestly didn't even expect it. And I'll give it, I think, a 9.5 out of 10. Oh, okay. It wasn't a really good start, to be honest. She did poison herself by accident. I totally understand it. It happens sometimes. But then she missed 3 of her potions. And I just, oh god. You know, I'm standing here waiting for you to kill me and I don't ask for much. I think I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10. There's more potential, but it's just not there yet. Ladies and gentlemen, do I even need to say any more? That is a 10 out of 10. That is a perfect death. There's some initial eye contact, you know, that little drama. I'm like, whoa, oh god, it's getting down now. And then boom, 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 and you're dead. Efficient. This is just a 10 out of 10. I have no other words. Perfect. Let's go on to the next one. I'm a little bit split on this because maybe by itself, yes, like you wouldn't really, I wouldn't consider this a good way to die if it's just one. But in a group, there's a little bit more action going on, I suppose. I'm gonna give it like a 3 or 4. Like, it's not amazing. It's not as bad as just the one. You get what I'm saying? It's just not as effective as the Endermite, I feel like. You know, that fear factor isn't there as much. Honestly, they look like little wriggly worms, little grey worms, and I just don't like the look of them that much. It doesn't satisfy me as much. I just, I've got to give it like a 2 out of 10, maybe a 1 out of 10. Ooh, see, that was fun. That is unique, and I haven't had that before. Dying to a mob that makes you fall. Oh god, like what's gonna happen? I can't do anything. Boom, I fall. And I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. Oh. That was a little bit embarrassing, I won't lie, for the bogged. He did miss one of his shots, and I got only down to half a heart. It was a bit awkward. I just felt like, oh, are you gonna kill me now or not? Like, I don't really like that anticipation. Like, I think I have to give it maybe 2 out of 10. That wasn't good, to be honest. Okay, Again, like the bog, it was just a little bit embarrassing. Like that one shot, it went over my head. Like, if you're killing me, you might as well do it properly. It wasn't what I wanted. Yeah, not looking great. I think I'm gonna have to give that a 3 out of 10. Oh my goodness. These have got to be the most stupidest fucking skeletons in my whole gosh darn life. They don't even want to kill me. It's like, am I an embarrassment? You don't even want to kill me. What is going on? That is a 0 out of 10, and I never want to see a stray ever again in my life. Do you know what? I don't think these skeletons seem to understand the memo of quick and efficient. What were those shots? I think I could count up all those shots. I think it was like 8 shots to kill me. At this point, 1 out of 10. Okay. I do like the kind of vibe we're going for here, the little quick attacks. I think that's quite cute. Efficiency, not amazing. I'll give it a solid 5 out of 10. You know, it could be better. This was a bit better than the normal spider, you know, the poison did add a little pizzazz to it. But again, it's not amazing. I think I'll have to give it like a 5.5. Okay. Do you know, that was kind of cute. We did a little conga line. I thought that was quite fun. Consistency-wise, I think it was a bit better than the spider, you know, it was a bit quicker. And I really felt like, you know, that like that human contact. I really felt that. So I think I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10. Okay. Okay. See, I'm a bit conflicted about this because I think the water adds something to it in like a little fear factor. But again, it was just so slow and I felt like I was just getting zoomed around. I'm so conflicted. I think I'll have to give it a 6 out of 10, to be honest. I like the water factor. I like being in the water. I think that really, like, the atmosphere was really nice. But I don't know, just the way it was executed just wasn't it. I really liked that. Like, they're quite scary looking creatures. So I feel that really made me, like, I was quite scared actually being around them. But I really like the lasers. The lasers were very beautiful. And I like how they were different sizes. You know, there's a really big guardian, small guardian. I just add some more pizzazz to it. So I think I'm going to give that. So I think I'm going to give that an 8 out of 10. Cool. I know you're probably thinking, Mei, what? That took you so long to die. I know, but actually watching them all in the sky, sort of dancing around, there was something quite beautiful about it. And I can imagine this being very, very annoying. I actually think I'm going to give that a solid 7 out of 10. I know, like, you're probably thinking, wow, that took some time. But actually, if you think about it, all the action sequences that he's doing, he's zooming from either end to end, you know, he's switching it up a bit. That's what he's doing. You know, he's not just killing you like the skeleton is, just the same old bow and arrow. No. He's zooming and grooving. I just feel like, you know, do mobs even do that anymore? I just feel like not many mobs do that anymore. I think that's a 9.5 out of 10. You know, what other mobs do that? What other mobs do that? Tell me right now, what other mobs do that? Ooh, whoa, did you guys see that? Whoa, that was really fast. And I wasn't expecting a skeleton with the sword, actually. That actually surprised me. And all the height difference as well. Ooh, it was super efficient, it was quick, it was easy. I think I'm gonna give that, do you know what? I think I'll give that a 9 out of 10. That was really good. That was really good. Ooh. Okay, wow, that was really efficient. I can understand this totally being quite a scary way to die. Like, oh, who are these pigmen talking to me? What on earth? I think this is really good. I'm gonna give this an 8.5 out of 10. Oh. Ooh, whoa, yeah, that was quite rough, to be honest. Don't know how I feel about it. It's a bit sudden. I do like the little two designs. That's very cool. It's very clashing. Nothing really too unique to it, so I can give it nothing more than a 6.5 out of 10. I do like that. If you leave it alone, it won't kill you. But it's like, oh, I'm hitting you, asking for you to kill me. And they're like, oh, sorry, I didn't even realize that you were asking me that. Like, oh yeah, of course, don't worry, I'll do it for you. Like, I really love that, like, consideration. I don't know, I just think, like, there was some connection there, and I'm just kind of in awe. So I have to give this a 9 out of 10. That was just amazing. That was some real damage. The fireballs was really just like, whoa, I wasn't expecting this to come out of your mouth. Oh my god. The fear factor, his face, oh my god. I wasn't expecting to see those like red gleaming eyes staring at me while I get blasted by fireballs. I think I'm gonna give it a 9.5 out of 10. That was really good. I have nothing else to say, that was really good. Okay, so yeah, a lot of the Blazers fireballs did miss, but it was quite cool actually. But I think, you know, after we had the ghast who also used fireballs, it's just you're not living up to the same standards. I have to give it a 3 out of 10. It's just not my cup of tea. If I noticed just then, the magma cube that I actually took damage when I touched it. I was like, whoa, that was a shocker. I just didn't know that. I'm gonna give it like a 7 out of 10. You know what, I'm actually pleasantly quite surprised. I was expecting that to be a lot worse after seeing the magma cube, but that was actually quite efficient. I think a lot of people just don't like the slime that much because it only spawns in like flatlands or in the swamps. That was actually quite scary. For such a cute face, I was kind of like, oh, this cute little slime, but no, bam, not a cute slime. And I'm giving that an 8 out of 10. Again, just a lot of the bows and crossbows seem to not be doing very well. I'm just like I'm falling asleep right now. I'm just a bit disappointed and like I'm tired and you're taking too long. I'll go find someone else, but thank you. 3 out of 10. Whoa, I was not expecting that. That was very sudden. Wow, unlike his brother-ins, the Vindicator actually did really well. That was really good. So given what I got, I'm giving that a 7.9. That was really good. Whoa. First of all, I wasn't expecting you to summon magic. And also the crocodiles that came out of the ground, holy crap. That just really added to the drama. If I was running away, you know, threatened for my life, and those come out of the ground, oh my goodness. What the hell? I really can't ask for more than this. And to be honest, I think I'm ready to go hand out my other 10 out of 10. That was just, you know, it really felt magical. Whoa. Oh my goodness, did you see that? Whoa. The world went completely black, and all I did was take one step back, and immediately the efficiency killed me just like that. Oh my goodness. And do you hear the music as well? Oh my goodness. I'm at a loss of words. The environment, the impact, the sort of action sequence that went on right then. That was amazing. I have no more words for it. That is a 10 out of 10. The warden really knows how to do it. I'm a bit conflicted again, I know. Because one half of my brain is going, oh my god, it's the Ender Dragon. Like, I've just worked myself up so much to see this Ender Dragon. Oh my god, like, how am I gonna die? And the other part of me is going like, yoo-hoo, I'm over here, Ender Dragon. And it's just digging its nose in the dirt. It'd rather play with the dirt than kill me. And I'm just like, well, I guess I'll just stand here and wait. Like, I know eventually it'll be my turn. But I don't know. A part of me just is like, hey, I'm here. Want to kill little old me? I know people probably expected me to say 10 out of 10, but I think this is probably like a 6 out of 10. And that's purely on dragon wow factor, because dragons are cool. Yeah, a little bit disappointed, but hey, Can't like everything. I mean, I've experienced a lot of death in this world, and I was quite nervous. I won't lie, I was quite nervous to face the wither. The 3 heads staring right at me, you know, there's something about that just goes through my soul. I'm like, oh god, this is it. You know, in the background I'm hearing, this is the end. And I'm thinking, oh crap. I think there's something quite beautiful about it. You know, the wither, it kind of looks like an angel in the sky. And all I could do is look up and just accept my fate. I think I'll have to give this one a 10 out of 10. It feels like the right way to end this world.